Mensah-Akutteh, who is the Ashanti Regional Chief Manager of the Ashanti Production Region at the Ghana Water Company Limited. Good morning, Chief.
Good morning.
Yes, we've called you this morning basically to have a certain scorecard or a certain picture of the state of the Ghana Water Company Limited when it comes to distributing water to our homes in the Ashanti region. And I shared this statement with you. Your colleagues in the Central region is complaining of how the adverse effects of Galamsey is affecting their activities. They are now doing just 25% of what they are supposed to do in distributing water to homes in Cape Coast, Elmina, and the surrounding communities. In the Ashanti region, what percentage are we doing?
Currently, we are doing 87% in the Ashanti region.
87%?
87% of water distribution to Ashanti region.
Okay.
Technically, what it means is that Ashanti region runs 10 different treatment plants. The biggest of it is the Barakesi Dam, followed by the Owabi Dam. We have the Mampon Dam treatment plants, the Konongo treatment plants, the Kumiwu or Afranso treatment plants, the Odaso treatment plants, the New Dibiase plants, the Agona Efidiaso plants. In all, we are just running about 10 different treatment plants to serve the people of Kumasi. But what it means is that there are variations of the character and performance of these treatment plants based on the source of raw water that we have available for treatment. So, for instance, Barakesi is actually producing almost to the full capacity because the river, though is a bit more slightly polluted, it hasn't gotten to the alarming rate where we will say that we cannot produce anymore. So for Barakesi, we are doing our best to give us the full capacity of the plant. Same applies to Owabi. But there are two of the treatment plants that are challenged, notably the Konongo treatment plant and then the Odaso treatment plant.
Okay. So Mr. Akutteh, let's take it systematic. So you said that you run about 10 treatment plants. Out of the 10 combined, we are doing about 87%, right? Okay. Then the biggest of the 10 is Barakesi and Owabi dams, and they are doing almost full capacity, right?
Yes.
Now you come to Konongo and Odaso and you say that there are some challenges there. So please stay on the Konongo and Odaso. What is the challenge with those areas?
All right. Thank you very much, Eugene. The Konongo and Odaso treatment plants are actually being impacted by the Galamsey activity that has seriously deteriorated the source water quality that we have to treat. This Galamsey activity has seriously impacted on the characteristics of the raw water such that now it's becoming very unbearable. What it means is that the protocol for which the system were designed, we have shifted almost about 90% of its design capacity. So much such that in a technical sense, we should have closed down those particular plants. What it means is that if you look at the characteristics of the raw water, these are what we call the treatment operating conditions. The design, the turbidity for those two rivers, for example, let me take the Odaso one in the first place, was about 25 NTU. NTU is the unit for measurement of turbidity in water. And the color for its design was 125 pt.co. Currently, the value of the turbidity has risen from 25 to 5,124 NTU.
So, Mr. Hanson, you are saying that when you go to Odaso, yes, the plant there was designed to intake water at a turbidity level of 25. Today, due to Galamsey activity, the turbidity we are recording is over 5,000 NTU.
NTU, correct.
Interesting.
And the color, which was also designed for 125 platinum cobalt units, is gone to about 10,482,000. So you could just imagine the load of silt and sediment that we have to deal in terms of treating the water. So what happens is that But the design, the Odaso treatment plant was designed to produce about 4 million capacity plants. It's a 4 million capacity plants. In view of that, and per the process of treatments, for every treatment plant, you must run what we call 24/7 processes. In other words, 24 hours continuously and 7 days within the week. Odaso alone, we are not able to run the 24/7 days continuously because of the Galamsey. So we do what we call the batch system. We fill the reservoirs, we treat it, then we stop the plant, we fill again, we treat, and we stop. And in view of that, we can only abstract just 1.5 million gallons a day for our work. Out of the 1.5 million gallons a day, which is about 664 meter cube a day, we are able to treat just about 3776 meter cube a day. Averaging less than 1.5, about 830,000 meter cube. So what it means is that we are throwing about 52% of the water we abstract even from the river away.
So, Mr. Hanson, so for Odaso, we are supposed to do 4 million a day. Currently, what you're able to trap is even 1.5. That is just about 37%. And even of that 37%, by the time you finish treating it, a bulk of it cannot be used. So we are doing just less than 20% of it.
Is thrown away as waste. So technically, the value has reduced, the volume has reduced such that we cannot even meet the demand of the people of Obuasi. And it has come to the point that our chemical costs in general has risen from 0.16 meter cube per Ghana cedi. So that means that in the past, we were using just about 0.1 pesos Ghana cedi to treat 1 meter cube. But currently, we are using about 6 cedis, 74 pesos to treat 1 meter cube of water. Almost about 98% increase in costs just for operations. So invariably, the system has been patterned with so much operational cost that it's not even now viable or feasible to continue to invest in that particular structure. But notwithstanding, once we are dealing with the public, and it's our public right to ensure that every citizen in this country have access to potable water and safe water, we were able to import a more generic spectrum coagulant, which we call the polymer. This coagulant is very expensive because of the broad or the wide nature of its effectiveness. And it's almost the last resort of which you use in treating your system because the cost is not advisable to use on plants like this or in developing countries like this because you cannot continue to sustain your operations. But we are forced to procure such chemical to ensure that our treatment is continuous. By now, we should have shut Odaso down. From where I sit, I wish government give us the order and say, okay, you can shut down. But, it's not easy to do that. So we are managing it, but the cost in operating that system is so high that it's now not practically feasible for us to continue.
Okay.
And it's likely we will shut down at a given point of time.
Okay. So that is Odaso.